We'll talk about this and more right now with the attorney and legal analyst Dina Dahl, who joins us. So if you had to guess, good to see you, new trial or no new trial for this Carmelo Anthony?
Guessing on this is not a good game. I mean, it's very, very hard for a defendant to ever get a new trial because it's not just was a mistake made. It's really was a mistake made that substantially infringed on one of their constitutional rights. Here, one of the arguments, I mean, there's many arguments they're putting forward, but in terms of that gentleman agreement we just heard about, it's that infringed on his constitutional right to defend himself, to testify in his own defense. And that is a really interesting argument because the fact that they made this gentleman's agreement and didn't account for his constitutional right to speak and defend himself.
He could have testified, or he would have testified maybe the first trial. I don't know.
Exactly, right. He could have testified. They could have put parameters around. If he does testify, then perhaps he could bring in the juvenile record of the, the victim, right? The fact that they didn't even contemplate it, they didn't account for it, that did interfere with his constitutional right to defend himself because of this strange, honestly, I think it's actually a very strange gentleman's pact that they did to begin with. And the fact that both the prosecutor and a defense didn't lay out what would happen. Perhaps some of the evidence would have come in, but not all of it, or maybe all of it would come in if he defended himself. That is a little bit stronger than just a typical, we made a mistake, which you don't get very far with that kind of an argument.
Okay, in the meantime, this Clancy trial, the defense rested there after they brought up a well-known expert, forensic psychiatrist, Dr. Philip Resnick, who had testified at the Andrew Yates trial years ago. And basic point was that this woman who killed her three children was in a psychotic state at the time, didn't, he said at one point, feel any sense of control over what she was doing. So after they rested, the prosecution brought back Dr. Avram Mack, okay, as a rebuttal witness to that. And here's part of Dr. Mack's testimony from earlier.
What I had written was, Ms. Clancy's reluctance to take medication generally was accompanied by her concern for medications entering her breast milk. So the general...
breast milk, she's pregnant. Come on.
So that was part of Mack's testimony. And, you know, these experts have pretty much been going back and forth. And now we got to, figure out this is a tough one also for a jury. How do you see this case?
I mean, this is definitely going to come down to a battle of the experts. Lots of cases do. When you're pleading not guilty by reason of insanity, you do rely on the medical experts because this is very distinct. It's not whether or not she did the murder. It's did she understand what she was doing right from wrong. Her experts were rather persuasive, saying the first thing they said to her afterwards were, my children were safe.
Right.
That leads very strongly into she didn't know. I always look to see what social media is saying because they are a little bit of a snapshot. If indeed they're a reflection of the jurors, then
there's all kinds of stuff out there. Like we were talking, there's like these conspiracy theories. In fact, Wired had a headline about the ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, that have really, I guess, taken on a life of their own, to your point about social media. And it gets into all these ideas of motherhood and how much responsibility and burden mothers have versus fathers and all of this. But to your point, this has gotten heated online and everywhere else. And you think some of that is the same way that jurors kind of think of things in some cases?
Yeah, I often think that you can tell in advance how a jury is going. I mean, usually a mother on trial for killing her children has no shot. And we see that in a true crime case over and over again. This is the first time the public seems sympathetic. I think because she did seek out treatment many times in a way that we haven't seen other mothers on trial before. Usually when you have females on the jury, they're going to be harsher toward other females. Men, less so. But you see other women and mothers in the public actually rally against her. So if that's the case with these jurors, even at one or two, right?
Yeah.
She has a definitely a much stronger likelihood of getting off by reason of insanity than any other mother I've frankly ever seen in a trial like this.
Right. She got a shot at. People keep telling us that. One more before you go. The Tupac trial. This guy Dwayne Davis, Keefe D's on trial. I think they're back in session out west. Right before they took a break, he spoke. The defendant, Keefe D, to the judge. And I guess his idea was that this trial is putting his family in danger. But anyway, here's part of that.
out my address. They broke in my house, vandalized my house, vandalized my wife's car. You know what I'm saying? Because they keep giving out our address. Now they gave out my sister's address. This stuff is wrong. I'm not upset because you're endangering my family's life.
All right, Dina, what's going on here?
I mean, the fact that we're even here 30 years later, I mean, there's so many twists and turns, of course, with this death and the story, and that may very well be happening. The LAPD should be taking that seriously, of course, and patrolling his family's homes or whatnot. But this is a very difficult case to prove because of the length of time. You know, you don't have the typical records, the cell phone records. I mean, these days you can really place somebody at the scene of a crime or near the scene of a crime just from their cell phone alone. It's become a lot easier. Here, you know, he's claiming he wasn't even in Las Vegas on that date. You know, usually you could rebut something like that or verify something like that very easily. But
well, you could read his book, but then we're told we're not supposed to believe his book. So I don't know.
It's really tricky because, yes, he's testified to the police to something. He said to the book, but then he has all of these answers. If the prosecution case rests solely on his testimony, they're going to be in trouble.
All right, Dina, thank you as always. Dina Dahl on that. The renowned criminal defense lawyer, Mark Garagos.